What is going on, beautiful people? This is yours truly. I am super excited. Today I want to talk about relationship, right? But instead of talking about dating or marriage or anything like that, I want to back that thing up all the way before we even get to finding someone. I want to talk about singleness. Not singleness as an intrinsic idea, not singleness as like, oh my God, I want to just stay by myself. Oh, I hate people. Oh my God, Lord, send me a man. But really, I want to talk about, I believe there's three types of singles in life. I think there's people who are single and satisfied, meaning you're okay with yourself, you find satisfaction in being at the place where you are, you're serving, you're just fulfilled. I feel like the second group of singles are singles and sinning. So people who are, you want the life that comes with having someone in your life, having sex, you're slipping around, but you don't want the commitment of being in a relationship with a single person, right? That's why the second group I call single and sinning. And then there's a third group, which are called single and seeking. These are people who are proactively looking for someone else to come in their life. You're proactively looking for someone who can come and you can be two together, right? But I want to focus on the last group, single and seeking. I am working on a special course on relationship that's going to be dropping in the next year, and it's going to be really, really tremendous. We're going to be talking about from the dating, from singleness to dating, from relationship to marriage and ministry. It's going to be a powerful course. It's going to be available within the next year. So stay in tune for that. I'm putting a lot of work into this, so it's going to be amazing. But back to this, we're going to talk about single and seeking. First of all, in the Bible, there's no chapter, verse, or in a book on dating within the Bible. So we have to take our core values that God is speaking to his children through the variety of authors and different letters through the Bible to carve some core values, right? On how we are to live in a relationship with one another. The Bible is a relationship book. So we're going to talk about the means in terms of relationship. And today we want to talk about singleness and seeking. What does it mean to be proactively looking to be in a relationship with someone else? I first want to say this. You're not wrong for wanting to be in a relationship. You're not wrong for having desires to be with someone else in your life. Now, I don't want you to feel like there's something wrong with you, or you're lusting, or you're just being like dirty or something like that. No. Those desires to be with someone else in the opposite sex is God-given. You know what I mean? It's God put those things in you, right? So what's exciting for me is a person who's single is seeking somebody who's proactively looking for someone else. I feel like there are criteria that one has to keep himself in check to make sure that you have a successful time of search and understanding. Well, the first thing I want to speak to two groups, right? Guys and girls. For guys, women want to be respected and women want to feel value. So whenever I feel like there's somebody that God has put in my heart, or somebody that I feel like there's a sense of physical attraction, there's a sense of like more than or just being friends, I first want to make sure that I approach her the correct way. I'm kind of like an old school cat. So I'm the type of guy where it's like I want to talk to anybody who is like a father figure or somebody who is an authority in her life. It could be a pastor, it could be a mentor, it could be her biological father. If there's not really a biological father there, it could be someone that is responsible for her to some degree, if that makes any sense. If there's some mutual feeling, we kind of feel like we both have something together, I feel like that I have to respond to a higher authority figure in her life, right? So I go and go and talk to them, right? So remember, here I'm being proactively, I'm seeking someone, right? I'm in the process. I'm not dating them yet. I'm just in the process to get there. Another thing that I think is important for guys to do is also be serious. Whenever you're pursuing someone, understand that person, for you to get to a point where you're deciding to dating the person, you have to decide of canceling the other options. What do I mean by that? I know this can go a little contrary to what most people believe. I think it's not good to have put people on pause. Right, you want to test this person out and see if anything works out. You want to put this other person that you might be considering also on pause here while you test this person. If something doesn't work, you go back to this person. Don't be that guy, right? So be someone who's intentional. Be very honest. Be vulnerable to a point. Be honest that she knows your intention clearly. Another powerful thing is have a list. Have a list of what I call negotiable and non-negotiable. right? What do I mean by negotiable, non-negotiable? There are things that I personally feel like are negotiable, right? Whether she's taller or shorter than me, I can deal with that. Or, her age range, I mean, we can really discuss, she could be 2 years younger or a year older. I mean, I can live with that. But there are some things that are non-negotiable. One, she has to be someone who loves God. I mean, whether she's not someone or someone of a different faith, it just can't work. It's just a non-negotiable. And that just is for me. I'm giving my examples here, right? Another non-negotiable for me personally, she can't be a smoker. I just can't do that. I can't imagine sharing the lips of my wife with a cigarette butt. Like, what? Right? So to me, that's like a non-negotiable. You smoke, I'm sorry, boo-boo. We just want to be able to work, right? That just disgusts me just thinking about that, right? So there are some things, there's more examples than that. Trust me, my list is exhaustive. There's a long list over there. Remember, usually your non-negotiable should be shorter than your negotiable, right? There are some things that we think are non-negotiable, but really when you think deep down to it, you can be a little bit flexible with some things. There's some things that we are flexible about that should be non-negotiable. So really pick your non-negotiable and your negotiable carefully. But whenever I also want to encourage you here in this list is, especially this is for women, sometimes women, when you get older, your list becomes shorter. You diminish your standards or your values because you think, man, there probably isn't this guy out there. Don't do that. There really is. Speaking to women, one of the things I want to make you understand, one, stop thinking that if you sell enough of your body, you're going to attract the kind of guy you dream that's going to respect you. Think about this. If you don't have enough self-value to respect yourself, what do you expect a God to respect you? What? That makes no sense, right? So respect yourself enough so that the guy can respect you. One of the biggest things I want women to understand, guys love to be honored. More than just like the moment you devalue a man, you emasculate a man. Doesn't matter what you can try to do. You can have a bad body, but she feels like you always push him down. You devalue his manhood. Doesn't matter even if he's your friend. That's how sometimes some people cheat. I mean, I don't even want to get into it. We're going to cover that in the course, but I just want you to understand that honor is a big thing to guys, right? So understand that whenever you're seeking with someone, that respecting and honoring a man, no matter what race, age, range he is, trust me, it's a big thing to men. Another thing also that women, you have to understand is not only are you're not looking for the perfect person, you're looking for the right person for you. Not only are you going to be seeking to honor him in all direction, understand that guys and girls don't always have the same love languages. You should be always intentional to seek your partner or your mate's love language, even in your search period. Why? Because that's going to help you to sometimes avoid some pitfalls. Let me give you a practical example. If my love language, for example, towards a girl is that touch is a big love language for me, and I know that for her, touch may not be as much. She may be like, okay, as we talk, she's just a friend, but she touches me a lot. That might send me some wrong signals, but to her it's nothing. But because she doesn't know my love language, I might be getting wrong messages, mixed messages from her. Does it make sense? So you have to be careful. So how do you discover someone's love language without, sounding very obvious, like you're trying to, date them or something like that, without sending the wrong message? One of the first things you have to do, you have to be genuine. When somebody is genuine, even in a friendship, people open up. Right? People can open up. Sometimes you have to be very attentive. They were talking about their past relationship. They could talk about their ideal future mate. You have to be very attentive in those relationships. Girls think that the more time they spend with a certain person means that that person likes them or they automatically like a person. It's not always the case. So you are single and you're seeking someone, realize that more time you spend individually with the opposite sex, you're gonna just naturally start to create some emotion or some attraction with that person. So it doesn't mean that the right person for you. You just spend a lot of times together, right? So be careful, especially when there's, this whole friend zone thing that's happening nowadays. Why? Is because a lot of guys have a lot of best friends who are girls, and because they spend so much time together, you naturally start having affection for each other. You start sometimes fantasizing about one another. And then, you have to be like, wow, I always thought about you as a brother, right? So realize that those things are natural. Your bodies just naturally start attracting to one another. There's a scientific study that said that 30% of people, friends of the opposite sex who spend time together, start to grow romantically attracted to one another. So just be careful of that. So again, I just want to talk about single and seeking. Don't feel like you're lusting. Don't feel like you're bad. Don't feel like you're just evil because you're seeking a relationship. God wants to give you something great. God wants to give you something strong. This is a longer video than usual, but be blessed, guys. I will see you guys next time. I love you.